Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a princess. Actually, she just lived in England. This princess helped others. She doesn't need a prince to save her. A woman of great integrity, charm, and charisma, who strived to make our world a better place to live. Who might be included in this remark? It is, of course, none other than our dear Princess Diana. Princess Diana had a rough childhood, then a fulfilling royal life, then a tragic death. Princess Diana was known across the world as the people's princess and the queen of our hearts. She was one of the most admired and relatable princesses to society. Through her charities and her life struggles, many people can admire and relate to her. It is hard to come across any other individual who is as universally loved as Princess Diana. Diana Frances Spencer was born on July 1, 1961 in Sandringham, Norfolk, England. Right from her beginning, Princess Diana's aristocrat family was privileged to be very close to the royal family. At the tender age of 7 in 1969, her parents, John Spencer and Frances Roche, got divorced, and her mother left for another man. She will later recall a miserable childhood, surrounded by her stuffed toys, which she thought of as her family. The princess grew up in the estate of the Queen in Sandringham and later in Northamptonshire. Diana studied at Riddlesworth Hall and West Heath School. The shy girl Diana was good in music and sporting activities, especially swimming, but failed in her academics. She completed her studies in Switzerland. Her first job was at a central London kindergarten after completion of her education. Before she worked as a kindergarten teacher's assistant, Diana volunteered as a nanny and a cook in London. In 1975, her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer, which meant Diana earned the title Lady. In 1977, she met Prince Charles for the very first time, who was dating her older sister, Lady Sarah. In 1980, she met the prince again at a polo match. From the beginning of their relationship, she was harassed by the media. After 6 months of dating, the pair announced their engagement on 24th February 1981. She was 19 and he was 32. The world became enamored with the couple, and since Prince Charles was next in line to the British throne, the media was fascinated. A few weeks later, she suffered from her first episode of bulimia, brought on when her future husband called her a bit chubby. After a short period of time, in July 29, 1981, the world joined the couple in celebrating their awe-inspiring wedding. Their wedding was the wedding of the century. Approximately 750 million people gathered around their televisions on July 29, 1981 to watch this fairy tale wedding at St. Paul's Cathedral, and it was even marked as a national holiday in United Kingdom. The 20-year-old bride wore a spectacular dress with a 25-foot train, which marked the beginning of her reign as a style icon. In her vows, she promised to love and cherish him, but not to obey him, as was the tradition. She earned herself the title Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, immediately after her marriage to the Prince of Wales. She later confessed she had felt like a lamb to the slaughter that day. From her very first public appearances, the new Princess of Wales was noted for a very different style from the Queen's. She got close to people, shook their hands, and held babies in her arms. Few months after the wedding, the couple announced Princess Diana's first pregnancy. On June 21, 1982, she gave birth to her first son, William. 2 years later, her second son, Harry, was born. After the birth of her second son, Harry, the Princess of Wales got overwhelmed by the stressing and dynamic responsibilities of being a mother of two, a wife of a prince, and most importantly, handling the constant pressures of the media. These overwhelming roles made her more depressed, sad, and lonely. This consequently made her husband drift away from her. She kept all the sadness and unhappiness to herself, as she was not allowed to share with anyone. The public only got aware of this sad life during a press interview with Prince Charles, where he publicly admitted to straying with Camilla Parker Bowles, who was his ex-girlfriend. Neglected by her husband and wanting for love, she began several extramarital affairs. In 1991, she agreed to collaborate on journalist Andrew Morton's biography project. In a series of interviews, long kept secret, she revealed her struggles for the first time, her bulimia, suicide attempts, and also details of Charles' affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. In December 1992, 6 months after the publication of the book, the couple's separation was announced to the Parliament. In 1993, she decided to retire from her public life to protect her children from the paparazzi that hounded them. In 1995, she agreed to an interview with the BBC and dropped a bombshell. There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded. The prince and the princess blamed one another for the breakup of their marriage. After the breakup, both moved on, with Prince Charles dating his first girlfriend Camilla Parker Bowles. The princess dated various other men, including Barry Albert Manicki, James Hewitt, James Gilby, Hasnat Khan, Dodi Al-Fayed, among others. The British royals have always given to charitable organizations, but Princess Diana went a step further. She sat on the beds of hospital patients and loaned her voice to underrepresented people. At the height of the AIDS epidemic in 1987, Princess Diana shook hands with an AIDS patient without gloves. She was the first person to be photographed shaking hands with a victim of the deadly disease. This single gesture became a landmark moment in the fight against HIV/AIDS. She also used to appear unceremoniously at the hospitals to visit the sick. In addition, she was also a source of motivation for the people who had depression issues. She used her celebrity status to raise awareness for a number of causes, from leprosy to domestic violence to mental health. It is due to this reason that she received various awards that made her be respected worldwide. In addition, Princess Diana was opposed to the massive landmines. She therefore campaigned against landmines, which won a Nobel Peace Prize in 1997, a few months after her death. A few months before her demise, she also held an auction for her dresses and raised over $3 million for cancer and AIDS charities. Princess Diana was involved and helped over 100 different charities around the world. Prince Charles and Princess Diana got separated on 9 December 1992, and the divorce was finalized on 28 August 1996. As a result of the divorce, Princess Diana received $23 million and $600,000 annually. Moreover, she lost her title, Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales, after her divorce in 1996. Although everyone called her Princess Diana till the time of her death, she had already lost the title. By mid-1997, she was dating Egyptian film producer Dodi Al Fayed. It was with him that she traveled to Paris in August 1997. As the couple attempted to trot paparazzi, they were chased through the city streets at high speeds. Unfortunately, just after midnight on August 31, 1997, the car's driver Henry Paul lost control and they crashed in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. Since none of the occupants were wearing seat belts, the driver and Fayed were pronounced dead at the scene. Princess Diana survived the crash but succumbed to her injuries in hospital at 3:57 a.m. on Sunday, 31st August 1997. Until her tragic death in 1997, the Princess of Wales was one of the most photographed people in the world. Her legacy lives on in these photos of her most memorable moments. Princess Diana's last progression reminded the world of several years ago when the world watched her carriage as it moved toward a seemingly bright future during her wedding. The heroine was laid to rest on 6 September 1997. She died at the age of 36 in Paris, France. The big capital city of London was host to millions of mourners on the Westminster Abbey route. People screamed Princess Diana's name in despair and also how much they loved and will miss her. The traditional norms and values of silence during burial had therefore been broken, as people's hearts were now open to express how much grief they felt for the princess's death. The Princess Diana's life was heartbreaking and fascinating one, although her life seemed like a perfect one, but it was not without flaws. Her good character and strong will right from her childhood made her a role model to the entire world. She was generous and had a bubbly personality. She was warm, vibrant, cheerful, and cared for the poor and everyone she met. She tried to make the world a better place not only for her but also for the rest of the citizens. Her life may have ended, but her memories live on forever in our hearts.